Yes, my people, welcome back to Tenacious Trading Group. So right now we are on NQ and we're just ready for 3 o'clock. So right now, in terms of the 1 hour chart, we can clearly see that price is still bullish, price is still above our SMAs. Potentially you can see that we are in a pullback, and if I'm looking for my most recent swing, then it's probably going to be this low here to this high. But what I'm going to do is just mark it out like this and then mark out this high. So right now, just from that, you can potentially say that price is just in a pullback phase. Potentially, price is expanded reversal, so price might want to come back down, balance itself out, and obviously make its way higher. But remember, this is my 1 hour chart, so price will take much longer for things to play out. However, this just helps us out with some sort of narrative, so that when we're looking on the low time frames, we can kind of set out for the day. So if we go to our 5 minute chart, we can clearly see how price is in a pullback phase. We can see how price is now just gotten below the SMAs after 3 o'clock. So if you were trading before that, potentially yes, you would have been bullish, where this would have been 1, this would have been 2, this would have been 3, this would have been 4, this would have been potentially a 5. And you can kind of see how price doesn't actually play out. Potentially this would have been your 5th from this low to this high. You can see how price just tapped at 618. But again, price doesn't play out, and sometimes these things are going to happen. Sometimes these things are going to happen. Hence why I always say try and trade a specific time every single day, so that way you're not caught out in certain messes in terms of news and stuff like that. Because yesterday I think we did have quite a bit of news. So I can now see that price is bearish, and in this case here, I can see price took out this low, price took out this low, price took out this low, price took out this low. So yeah, price is very, very bearish in this case. So now potentially I'll just use this as my zone, because this was an internal protected low, or even this as my zone, as this was an internal protected low. And even in this case, we can see that price tapped the SNDR and then obviously produced a new lower low. So now that I know that price is just bearish based off my 5 minute time frame, based off SMA, now all I'm going to be doing is looking for potential shorts. So I can even narrow this down. And then use, oopsie, my bad. I can even narrow this down and use this area here. See how price is going to react off this area, and obviously see if you can continue to make lower lows and lower highs. We have obviously clearly made some new zones here, all areas of supply and demand here as well. So it really depends on you and how you feel, and what you see, what you've trained your eyes to see. But even here, it's not probably the best SBS, but it is SBS, where that's your 1, that's your 2, that's your 3, that's your 4, that's your 5. What happened, we tap this imbalance here, but you can also say that this is an area of supply and demand. And then if you take out your 5th from this low to the high, what do? We swept the 618, and then from that we had a nice lovely reaction, which helped us take out this previous lower low. So if you wanted to take a trade off here, it would have made perfect sense. But then again, you also understand the risk and the parameters that you'd have taken, understanding that this is not a proper zone and is more of a supply and demand area. And then as you see, you let price play out. We tap it again, but finally we've actually taken out the lows. So now this will be your new zone. This will be your new zone, and you let price play out. So again, within this zone here, where should price react from? What's the highest probability in where price might want to react from once we tap? So it will probably be this area here, right? This is an area of supply and demand. It hasn't been tapped into, and you can clearly see how potentially that's your 1, that's your 2, that's your 3. You had your 4, then you had early sellers, but they got stopped out, and then that's your 5, or potentially that's your 5, and this is your 4. It really depends, up to you. And if you should draw out your 5th from this high to this low, we tapped the 618 to the T, or you might have just been stopped up by a wick. But if you to move it to this S&D low, Then you can see our price taps it, and we end up taking out the low. So there was 2 setups that you could have taken after 3 o'clock, which happened straight. And then now we draw out a new zone from here. We let price play out, and we've actually taken out the low. And obviously we've now flipped above, we've now gotten above the SMA. But if I just head over to my 5-minute chart, we can now basically say that this could be the 1, this could be the 2, this could be the 3, 4, 5. But we're just waiting for a higher time from sweep from here, and then hopefully now price can continue to make low lows after that. You know, tap into some area of supply and demand, and so now we've got that sweep. So now if I'm looking to take a trade, so a lot of people always ask me like, when should I take the 618? So initially, we can see that where have we come from? So initially, this is the high we've come from, and then this is the low. So technically, the 618 tap is up here, and price hasn't tapped that. And we understand that price doesn't always have to tap that. We have tapped at least the the 0.3 level, and we've had our sweep. We are still below the SMA. So when stuff like this happens, all you have to do is go to your lower time frame and wait for price to flip. So I can see that price took out this high, and we need to take out this low before I can take anything. We need to get below the SMAs before I can take anything. That's the first, checklist. Go to 5-minute chart, and we can see within a 5-minute chart prices is playing out. So look, we finally closed below my 1-minute protected low, as you guys can see here. So we've now finally closed below this low here. So now, if I want to take something, I have to wait for a confirmed flip. So I need price to take out these lows here, or I can be aggressive and take a trade based off the first flip, understanding that I might get cooked, and let's see what happens. Obviously, I've gone way past my trading time because we're into the next day. But yeah, so nothing really happened besides those 2 trades that you could have caught straight at the beginning from 3 o'clock. Price was consolidating for a little bit, was failing to take out highs and was failing to take out lows during the PM and overnight in Asia. And obviously now it is the new day. But always remember that victory belongs to the most tenacious. Wherever you're in the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots tomorrow. Ciao.